Welcome, everybody. My name's Eric. We are going to give it a quick minute here as people stream in. This is an exciting webinar. I'm so excited to be with you guys. I see as people joining in, we'll have some of our staff on the Zoom. We'll also have some time to do some live Q&A at the end and kind of show you what we're working on. But while we wait for just a quick minute, we know people are clicking those links and getting into the platform, maybe updating Zoom as it seems like it always needs to be updated. But Macy, you are in Texas and you've had quite the weather. So humor us and engage us a little bit with what the wild weather has been like for you.
Yes, Texas, we are not built for this crazy weather. I don't know if anyone else out there is from Texas or the areas that are getting affected that are not prepared for this weather, even though we get it at least once or twice a year. But we've been completely snowed in, iced in. My husband finally made it out to his work today, but the kids have been home from school for 3 days now, and hopefully we get out tomorrow. We'll see.
Oh, wild, crazy.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some of the conversation going on here. So what we're going to unveil today is we are going to show you a secret feature that's been in development for a long time, and we are excited for how this is going to impact you and how you grow your event. So Macy, can you maybe talk about some of our prior webinars and kind of our focus on helping people grow their events and some of the content we've had? If you've not attended some of our prior ones, Macy, just give us a quick little idea of what we've been doing recently for folks.
Yeah, we did last year. We did a couple sessions on our TicketSpice sales growth webinar and just giving you lots of insider knowledge on what we're seeing work for the top performing customers right now. And it's just great strategies that you can apply. We also have shared resources like checklists that you can put into action. If you've got account managers, you're able to use their support as well. But we're really, really passionate about giving you guys the resources to just grow your events and just kick tail. So we're
I
excited.
like it.
We're excited to continue this with a demo.
Great. So two housekeeping items. There is a chat down below and use chat for any reactions. Say hello. We'd love to see who's in here. So say hello down there. And then there's a Q&A panel that is, oh, Brendan, good to see you, man. There's a Q&A panel as you see things as we go through and you have a question, drop the question into the Q&A panel, not the chat, because that will give us a option to then go through all of them because we're going to show you some really cool stuff. And then we'll take time at the end and we'll go through all of your Q&A there. So it's going to be a fantastic time to show you guys what we have. And I cannot be more excited. I think this could be my most exciting feature launch maybe ever. It's going to be great. So so chat, say hello, maybe your event name. This is a live demo. So if a child walks in, a dog barks, actually my golden retriever is down there. This is live. We're not pre-recorded. So, and you guys are here because you are a curated set of some of our favorite customers. You are the very first to get this kind of demo and exposure. And I'm going to show you the ins and outs of this because you guys are why we exist. We exist to help you guys grow and advance. So, so intimate group here, and I'm going to share my screen here and we'll get started. Let's go share and let's go here. Macy, let me know if you can see.
I
Oops,
can
we
see your
are going to
screen.
do slideshow. There we go. Here we go. All right, so we are here to unveil our AI-powered ad manager. This has been in secret development for quite a while. In fact, this was on an idea board maybe 8 or 9 years ago. So this is an exciting fruition. And really what AI has provided in terms of a surge for technology is just so incredibly exciting. And so we are excited to show what we've been working on. Let's give us a little bit of orientation here of our journey so far. So historically, we've been at this for 17 years, and my wife does not allow me to call WebConnects and TicketSpice a startup anymore. It's a long time. This is my life's work in building technology. But ultimately, as we've looked through our journey, our focus has been a few things. The first has been we wanted to give people like you the ultimate flexibility and customization for how you run events because I'm preaching the choir here. Events are hard, right? And the ways that you need to do setup and the way you have configurations and the way your business needs to operate and the options you want to offer and the setup. So the flexibility and customization historically has been a really important key for us. We also are just passionate on the highest conversion rates in the industry. And you can see that throughout the product of single page checkout, no forced accounts, all the layouts. We agonize and put a lot of effort around making sure that when people land on your ticketing page, that it is set up for success for the highest conversion rates and doesn't confuse people. We've also put a lot of effort and time on features to increase your revenue because ultimately at the end of the day, if you can have people spend more money when they're registering and buying a ticket, that's great. And we want to offer all the different experiences and things that you have to offer inside the ticketing page, not just issue them a QR code to get in the gate. We want to give you a higher engagement, ultimately higher event revenue. And then in the past couple years, you've seen us roll out text messaging and drip campaigns and all these things that are, yes, designed to help you increase revenue. Ultimately, it's about engagement. You'll see it through our CRM recently, how you can isolate all your repeat buyers. You can find your highest spenders. You can do tags. You can do auto tags. There's so many great things in the CRM, but text messaging, drip campaigns. And if there's anybody on this call that is not using a drip campaign, I will write it for you personally, myself. And if it does not generate tens of thousands of dollars, I will fly out there and buy you a steak dinner. It could be the closest thing to a money printing machine ever. So just a little nudge on the drip campaigns. Your account managers or I will be happy to help you do that if you've never done it before and make sure you take advantage of that. But today, a new chapter for us, which is we are moving into how to expand your reach and grow your events. So historically, your traffic, you're doing your own efforts to engage your audience. Maybe it's local, maybe it's on Facebook, whatever it is that you're doing. And we've been kind of just ready whenever the traffic gets there, right? And so we now have an incredible tool that's going to help you find new audiences and ultimately grow your event. So let's continue forward here. A couple things you'll get to benefit through here. One is to use AI to generate high converting advertisements, digital advertisements. Again, every single time I walk this, and I designed this platform, right? But every single time I use it, I'm just like so incredibly astounded by the technology of this day. We're also going to show you how to engage past attendees through targeted ads, something that's really never been done before. We'll show you how to easily find thousands of similar guests. Again, a technology and feature that is reserved for the really advanced, expensive agencies or gurus, which again, the gurus will love this platform. So if you have a guru, if you have an agency, this is totally compatible with anybody who you currently use. But ultimately, we are trying to put you in more control of your own growth and own reach, whether you do it yourself, whether we help you do it, or whether you use an agency. So those are a couple of quick things. And I wanted to give you a reason of why we are going about this. One is digital advertising is hard. Most event organizers need one of those gurus or an ad agency. And what do you do if you want to grow but don't have much of a budget? You're kind of unsure about how to test it. If you just want to experiment, what do you really do if you don't have a huge budget for it? What if you're totally intimidated by this? If you have a really stable, recurring audience that's just been around and you've never really done traditional growth advertising, you might be totally intimidated by it and what that even looks like. And there's so many confusing terms and people and agencies and things that maybe you just haven't even jumped in. What if you're like intimidated by what do I write? How do I write ad copy that works? What are the secrets to having ads that are really going to perform and convert? And what if you're totally feeling left behind with AI? It is going so fast and it can be easy to just feel like, I don't know even which way is up. So some terms you're going to hear. So this is one slide here. I'm going to introduce you to 3 terms, and you don't need to be overwhelmed by this because it's a very simple one, so you kind of understand. But you'll see this term audiences. All that means is a set of criteria for targeting specific people groups. The term retargeting is a term that refers to targeted ads that are going to basically chase people around the internet who have visited your website. So if you go and you visit a website and you look at, I'm a dirt bike rider. I love to ride motocross, and I looked at a helmet and you'll see advertisements for that helmet, as you go around the rest of the internet. That's called retargeting. If you've ever wanted to do that, we're going to show you how to do it all yourself. And then lookalike is a term for targeting people who are similar to your attendees or website visitors. So this is a very useful tool. So like Facebook and Meta, they don't disclose how they do this. It's kind of like the Coca-Cola secrets, right? But a lookalike is saying, okay, I'm a male. I live in Northern Nevada. I own a golden retriever. I like to ski, and I've got kids. And if I'm a buyer or a website visitor, Facebook can go find other people like me who are not maybe have visited your website. So, ideal customer profile or target audience, whatever you want to refer to it, but lookalike is this term in advertising that says if Eric visited a website and he's an ideal customer profile, how do we find more people like him? So those are three terms here that I'm going to reference, and just to give some definitions here for it. So that kind of gets us oriented. Let's now see it. So we're going to jump over here, and I'm going to show you an end-to-end here. So I'm going to give you exactly what you need to know in order to go live with this. And again, I would be happy to help you, your account managers, or you can do it yourself, however you want. But the first thing is we need to get a pixel. So Facebook, in order to track sales and track visitors and performance, Meta has something called the Facebook pixel. And you can go into Facebook and go to data sets. And you can, if you don't have one here, you just go up here and connect data and create a new pixel. And again, our team will help walk through this, but it's going to give this little ID here. And this little ID is really important. And let me actually grab this one instead. I don't want to upset our advertising gurus on our end. So I'm going to grab this pixel here. So it's this numerical number here. And I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put it into the ticketing page. And again, it takes 2 seconds to do, but it can be one of those intimidating things at first. So I'm going to, let's grab just a sample ticketing page here, and we will talk about Eric Tulip Festival. Why not? And let's go ahead and select a date sometime in the future. You guys know how all this works. We'll go choose that. And all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go into the settings and I'm going to go to tracking. And then there's a little slot here for Facebook tracking. I'm going to paste in that little number. And what this does now is this is going to allow us to send back and forth information to Facebook about what's happening on the page. So we will add it to a little tester gateway. And what I can do is I can show you how this works. Let's see here. At least I should be able to. Where's the Metapixel helper? There we go. So this is a little thing that tells me, okay, there's a pixel that's installed on here. And so it's tracking the page view. Awesome. What else does it do? When I go and select a ticket, let's pick a timed entry. Let's pick 2 tickets or 3 tickets. And I go back here and I choose this little pixel here. It's going to start to build different events as I go through here. So if I add options here and I start to build my checkout, and then I go into the billing here, we go back here and review this pixel again. Let's get it here. And it's, well, it would normally show us the initiate checkout here. So I'm going fast. I might have missed something there, but it's going to start to build oh, I think I know. Rookie move, Eric. Sorry. I have a blocker. All right, let's try that again. Okay, so page views there. Hooray. Awesome. All right, we add tickets here. Those of us in tech sometimes have little tools that end up thwarting our efforts here. All right, there we go. And then we have add to cart, right? So I have add to cart. It shows me my cart event here and how much is in my cart. And then if I go initiate checkout down here, I just type in, and then it's going to show us here, initiate checkout, and it shows me the dollar amount in my checkout. And if I were to complete the purchase on the page, it'll send back to Facebook how much I spent. So what I'm showing you this for is to show you an important kind of loop as you get into digital advertising and tracking how this works. And Facebook is going to track and monitor the performance of this. And so as you spend money on an ad, which we're going to show you here in a second, it's important that we can track the performance of that ad and how much money did that ad make. Because if you could spend $1,000 on advertisement and it generates $3,000 in ticket revenue, you would spend unlimited dollars, right? Because for every dollar you spend, you get $3 back. So this tracking is important. That's in there. It's not absolutely required. You could use our tools without it, but in order for Facebook to keep on finding better and better people, it's an important part. So adding that little pixel on there is important. So we're going to now go back out of the platform here. And we are going to go up here and we can unlock this for all of you guys today. And a new navigation link up there. It says Ad Manager. And the very first thing you could do if you want is to connect your Facebook and Instagram accounts. So today, the platform supports Facebook and Instagram. TikTok is on the way. And then after that, we'll do LinkedIn. So TikTok is in current development, probably in the next couple months, should be out in beta, but today, Facebook and Instagram are supported. So let's go through, and I'm not that smart, okay? So I'm fairly non-technical. I'm not a guru. I'm not a nerd. I can hardly use Facebook and all of these like menus and options and things. It's so overwhelming. So we wanted to create something that you guys could use that gives you only the essentials and does the most important functions for you and leaves all the confusing world of Facebook's ad manager and tools out of the other way. So we're going to create an ad and we will give this a Eric Tulip Festival. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do another example. I'm going to do because just I love motocross, pro motocross race ad. And we will do on a campaign objective. You guys want to do sales, but we do offer some additional ones if people are more advanced. So we ultimately want ticket sales, right? So we want ticket sales. I'm going to choose where we want to send people to. Where is the ad destination? When people click on the ad, what ticketing page are they going to go to? Then we have some different creative types, and I will come back to this on a second pass and show you some really cool things. And then about your event, we'll say pro motocross race series featuring, and anytime people watch me type, I lose all ability to spell. Jet Lawrence and Eli Tomac. These are people I know. Fast pace racing, art, pumping, action, whatever. So ultimately, if you have kind of attractions, experiences, highlights of what people are going to get, you just bullet list them in here. It doesn't matter. You just put them all in there. What will people experience? So any things that you want to highlight, like memories of a lifetime, you can do anything like that in here. So you don't have to be specific. This is just going to give the AI a little prompt. And then let's go find our friends here. Unadilla MX. Let's find their website. Here it is. Okay. So on this first pass, I'm just going to use their website. And this is one of our great customers. And I'm going to enter the website address here. And then I'm also going to decide what kind of approach in the copy do we want to use. So you have persuasive, expert, adventurous, playful, fun, humorous, optimistic. Let's do fear of missing out. I'm just going to make up something right now. So we're going to do a custom tone of voice. You could do things like I've done puns, which is really entertaining, but you can do like nostalgia or memories or things like that. But I'm going to do fear of missing out, and then I'm going to hit continue. Now our tool is going to take what we know about what you just provided, and we're going to take your website, and then we're going to go crawl your website because you're like, I don't have a graphic I can use. I don't know what to say. And so here you now have this gallery of all these suggested ads that you now can customize and push to Facebook or Instagram right now. So, you want to look at this and consider both the creative direction and also the copy. So here's this, don't miss heart pounding action, tired of missing this, book now to witness this rivalry. So you have all of this stuff. It's more than speed, it's a legacy. I mean, this how cool is this, right? So ready to feel the rush. For me, I like that picture. I think that's kind of cool, a very big jump. And so now I get a little ad preview here, and I can see what this is going to look like in the feed. I can see what it looks like in stories and also reels. We generate all that for you, which is pretty crazy. And then you can change all this text. So you might want to modify this or expand it. You can do that. You also can give it more suggestions. You can say add more memories and it'll modify this text, or you can browse additional ones in here. So this is kind of funny. Race like they're late for pizza. Join the race. This is all humorous stuff. So that's pretty fun. And then so you can change all of these things in here for how you want the ad to look and review. And then if you're like, man, I like this, but I want to maybe change, I want to change something about this image itself. You can hit open image editor and you're like, I don't have Photoshop. I don't know what to do. No problem. You can use our little built-in editor here and we can start to modify this. So if I want this to be cropped in further, and maybe I want to add text, I can add text, I can add a logo on here, but you can modify this all you want and even like increase some like the brightness or contrast or exposure. We give you some of these great controls here. So you can even modify a suggested image that's in there. So a great way to quickly use your website, which should have some great options already in your photos, and then you can use those, and they can change uh, the call to action button. So these are the ones that only Facebook allows. So we'll do learn more, but you could do book now. You could do all those. So, and then we're going to hit continue. I'm not logged in. What did I do? Let's try this. Let's try it again. All right, there we go. My session. Sorry, guys. Again, my computer's got all the crazy tools and plugins here that interfere with things. But here we go. So then we have the setup and we refer to audiences, right? So we're going to create a new audience. And the first one is we can target people based on demographics. And I'm going to come back and show all these really cool things in a second. And so we're going to target people based on their interests. And so we can choose an age range. So maybe we want to do, I don't know, 18 to 55. For anybody here who's got a family-friendly event or attraction, I will say the biggest thing that we've done here that's done amazingly well is targeting grandparents. Oh man, it's been awesome. So you can do, ages 55 to 65 plus and do ads just for grandparents, appealing to memories with grandkids. It crushes it. So you have that. And then we could choose where are the locations. So I know that this event is in New Berlin. And so we could choose New Berlin here in New York City. And then we could choose a whole geographic range. So 50 miles in. So wherever you're localized, you can build an ad that's going to be targeted there. So you can do it based on the city. You can do it based on a county. So let's do Sacramento County. Sacramento County. Where are you? There we are. And I can start to stack one. So if you have very specific areas, I can add in here. Let's do where I live, which is Incline Village. So I can start to stack all of these together. So you can do this very exacting way to reach people. And then there's detailed targeting. And this is where we're going to target them based on maybe their interests. So we can type in motocross. Let's see if we get something there. Oh, look at this. Motocross, freestyle motocross, all the championships. There's magazines. There's games. How cool is that? Let's do monster trucks. I think those are usually some analogous audiences. So monster trucks. There we go. Motorsport series and competitions, Monster Jam World Finals, racing games. These are all interests for who is going to be targeted for your potential buyer. And then we can choose to save this audience as, and then we can choose the budget. So then we can choose like a lifetime budget. We can say $200. I want to do it through these certain times and dates. And so unbelievably cool to be able to set up who you want to reach geographically based on interest and budgets, and you can set all these things. So pretty stinking awesome. So that is kind of the website scraping. Let me take you through another route here. And let's go ahead and pick Instagram. Why not? I'll show you this route. I'll say Eric Tulip Festival. Again, we'll do campaign objective sales. We'll have my Tulip Festival page here. And then we might want to do video. So you could upload your own, which again, if our team can help you at all, There are some really amazing things, but speaking of grandparents, I generated this video from AI, which again is wild to me. So grandparents with grandkids. And so if you don't have like a great video, you can use AI if you want. And again, our team can help you with that stuff, but really, really cool. And the goal here is just to, as people are scrolling, is to grab their attention. We want engagement. So if you have people who have, user generated video that you have or video from your farm, what we're seeing also is that the unpolished video of just like you, hey, everybody, just come out to our pumpkin patch day or our festival or tulip festival or come to our raise, come to our whatever, that user generated, like it's a selfie video or just from your iPhone does incredibly well. So if you want to do something really cool and produced, great, but also you can use something that is very kind of rough as well and just basic, and it will perform well. And the nice thing about this is that with this ad manager, you can have as many different ads as you want. So you can test ones for parents, you can test one for grandparents, you can test one with a produced video, you can test one with a um, user generated video. And what if you're like, well, I have some great things on my Instagram page. What if can I just use that? We thought of that for you. So here I'm going to choose a video type and then I'm going to existing post. And now what this is going to do is this is going to load my Facebook and Instagram accounts, and I can choose TicketSpice for Facebook. I can choose TicketSpice for Instagram, and you can choose one or the other, and then you can hit choose videos. And what this is now going to do is going to load my feed from my Instagram page and Facebook page. And so it shows me both of them. And now I can choose any of these videos that I want. So I can choose this one, or I can hit preview. And so this now shows me my little video clip ad. If you've never seen my little ad or our team's ad here, it's pretty funny. It's like all these terrible things happening to this guy, and he's in an impossibly good mood because he's using TicketSpice. It's good. All right, so we're going to use that as this ad here and choose selected video. And then we're going to say, let's do the world's best ticketing and event platform. I'm just going to shamelessly plug TicketSpice in here because we can use that. And let's give the TicketSpice website. And again, this is just going to help augment the ad copy. So we use the website, we use your prompt, low cost, ultimate customization, great customer support, right? Right, folks? And then we'll hit continue. And so now, again, this will do the whole thing. It'll go retrieve the website, understand our event, understand our approach. And so now it's going to give me some copy variations here. And I'm going to use that prior Instagram video post here for my ad. So we'll give it a second here, and there we go. So on my Instagram ad, you can see the layout's a little bit different. And so here we have all of our videos we can choose based on the copy here, since the video is all the same. We'll choose this one. Want a low-cost ticketing platform with ultimate customization. That looks great. And again, all these cool things you can modify as you want. So we will hit continue. And if I wanted to change my mind and upload a custom video, I could do that. So now let's talk about some of these other audiences here. So the first one I mentioned was a retargeting. So if you ever wanted to retarget people who visited your website or your ticketing page, you can do that now. So you can have an ad that is going to say, I want it to show this ad. I want to chase people around the internet and remind them of how great my event is and how great my experience is. And again, this normally is possible, but it takes smarter people than me, maybe than you, to set all this up. And so it's just one selection here. And you can say, all right, who do I want to target? And you can say anybody who visits my website. So if it's Elite Feats, if it's Pro Motocross, whoever, you now can say anybody who visits the website, I'm going to show this ad just to them. It's highly targeted and specific. And so this tells you kind of like the criteria here. You also could say anybody who engaged in a Facebook post, because sometimes you might have a reel that people like, but they don't follow you, right? So if you had something you posted on social media and it got a lot of traction, but it didn't really convert to followers, but it showed you audiences that really responded to your event, you can do that. So what a cool thing. So again, you can set who you want to reach and then a daily budget. So our recommendation here is try a lot of things. Spend $200 on retargeting, spend $200 on a whole new demographic audience there. So the retargeting again is that way to basically re-engage with people who have had some sort of interaction with you. One of the coolest features, and again, this is where if you have an ad agency, they're going to love these next two things here, is the ability to target past attendees. This is wild. Okay. So if you have an annual event where you've got multiple events through the years and you've been with us for, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're like, man, I would love to get an ad just to the people who have been to our event before. You, with this platform, can create a targeted audience just to those people. So we're going to choose past attendees, and then we're going to choose all of our other pages here. And so now when I do that, I'm going to give this an audience name. And when I'd hit continue and submit, we basically send to Facebook or Meta the roster of all those people from those events here. And then Facebook is going to go chase them down. It's unbelievable. So it's going to say, great, here's the roster. And so, I mean, we all know that Meta's really good at tracking every human on the planet down. And so we're going to give them the essentials that are part of the roster that they need to go find it. So it can include email or phone number or just their name. And so Facebook's going to go do their thing, and they're going to build an audience just for these people. Now, once I save that, if I want to then target them for a different ad later, let's say we build this audience, and this is like uh, all past attendees, and I want to run a test of a video ad versus a standalone graphic versus a guest experience video testimonial. You could come back through all here and just choose saved audience and run a new ad to just these people. So you don't have to retarget them. You don't have to go back and do this workflow. You can save this kind of grouping, if you will, and run unlimited ads to them. So the past attendees, again, I think this is the best thing ever, where I want to find all my past attendees on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and I want them to see an ad for me because we know they attended. So if your mind is not blown, I don't know what to tell you, but that is a really, really cool feature. Then the other one, again, these are ones where if you have an agency, they are going to lose their chickens. And if you want to do it yourself, you are at the guru level. So remember we talked about lookalike, and I'm a 40-something-year-old male in Northern Nevada, owns a golden retriever, skis, likes dirt bikes, and has kids. If I'm the ideal customer profile for, let's say, a ski experience or event or golden retriever festival, right? Facebook knows me. If I'm that buyer and you're saying, great, I want to find more people who are like Eric because Eric is my perfect ideal person who's come. You can choose lookalike. And so you can choose lookalike on a number of factors. Now, most, if not all that I know of that exists, every lookalike audience criteria that I know exists so far is based on website visitors. A website visitor is good, but it also does not really, it's not as exact for who you really want. You want people who committed dollars. They pulled out their credit card, they gave you money, and they showed up. So website visitor, you might have people who visit the wrong web page. They were curious, they thought about it, somebody showed it somewhere else and they looked at it, but are they really the criteria? So you can build a lookalike audience, sure, based on website visitors, and maybe try that. But the one that you want here is past attendees or past customers. And again, just like past attendees here, we send the roster of all of these individual people and we say, this is our exact customer types and profiles. These are the people who showed up and paid money. Facebook, go find people who look like these people. And it's a brand new audience and it's going to be targeted to you. And then you can choose, do you want them to be local? So the first is going to be find the United States, but you can again target them to a very specific location, to your county, to your city, to your state. So incredible controls here. And then here is where you can define how closely of a match do you want? So Facebook recommends a 99% match, which to me sounds really, really high. They know what they're doing. They're referencing, I don't know, like 6 billion people on their platform, right? So 99% to them feels like a what they recommend. If you want to reach even more people, you can slide this down, and so maybe it's 40-year-old males who like skiing and, may or may not have kids. I don't know. Facebook does not disclose the exact criteria for how they build a lookalike match, but they recommend 99. But you could broaden the reach, especially if you have a smaller event, and you want to have a bigger net to go after. You can try this and try to move this down. So you've got this threshold. But again, as you can see, this is so easy to use. This is like anybody on this call could do this, and you are going to be a marketing guru genius. But again, we want to fit in that nice place where those who want to do it themselves can feel empowered to do it. It's simple and easy. Or if they have other people on their team, they're using others, they're going to love this too. And there are certainly more advanced things that I could bore everybody to tears with inside the Facebook ad platform itself that maybe none of you guys would ever need, want, or could understand if it was described to you. This is the right shape, in our opinion, for what events need to grow and expand with. So again, all these you can choose audiences, times, and then you can hit continue and submit. And then as you go along, this is a test account. You can see all the different ads that I have in here. And if you want to do a variation, you could do a variation on the Tulip Festival, and we can say this one's going to be for grandparents. You can hit duplicate campaign. And so now I can go in here, I can go through the end, and then I can choose again a prior audience, or I can choose the same one, and I can now change the criteria. So I might say, all right, we're going to target people 50 to 65 plus, and let's go target all the women on Facebook, right? You can do that highly specific kind of ad there. So the rapid creation of multiple ads, do multiple tests, and ultimately giving you the tools to reach new people in new ways ever before. And again, if you want to experiment, test it, you want to like, hey, this one didn't work at all, you can go and delete it. So what has previously been reserved for, again, gurus and experts now available to you, and that easy to use, fast replication, a lot of tests, and a lot of simple to use tools here for you. Really, we're excited about because it puts the power in your hands. And as you go, I know this is a test account, so it shows all zeros, but we will track what was your budget, what were your sales, clicks, impressions, and your overall ad spend. And so we're going to show you that ad, which ones worked, which ones did not work. So you don't have to hope and pray that that advertisement campaign on Instagram or Facebook worked. We actually will show you the generated sales from it all for you. Again, things that take a lot of different people and integrations all in the platform. So I've talked a whole lot and probably way too fast, but I'm going to pause there, and I've showed you the bulk of it. I mean, again, I probably showed you half maybe of some of the features. There's so many really other cool things for those who want. I can go deeper, but I want to respect your time. So you guys all have very important roles. I want to be respectful for questions, answers here. So Macy, let's see, do people have questions? Are people want to know more things about this?
Yeah, we've got a few questions that have come through. One from Brendan, he is asking, is there any way the AI can scrape details from the reg page for amenities, etc.? You mentioned, website, all of that, but will it also scrape the reg page?
We only provide one destination for the scraping, but you could put in, let's take, what is Unadilla's page here? So we have this. So let's see. Let's test it. Let's see how detailed it gets. So we're going to test this live, Brendan. I got to meet Brendan in person a couple months ago. And if I could ever meet all you guys, if I'm going to see you maybe at NAFTA or other conferences, I would love to get to meet each one of you guys. So we'll call this testing scraping of ticketing page. And we will do a sales objective. We will look at the Tulip Festival here, and We'll just give it a brief motocross tickets and we'll see if it gives us something intelligent about the event or the ticketing page. And if not, it certainly would be a great additional feature to add on here to have it consult that and give more details for it. Let's give it a second here. Let's see. In the limited copy, I think it's probably the language model is probably mostly talking about the broad experience. Uh, let's see what the other suggestions are in here. I don't see any specific amenities here. So uh, what we could do certainly is explore how to extract more of the ticketing page text and talk about the experience that is there and to try to itemize more things there. That's a great idea. So we'll look into that. Great question. Thanks, Brendan.
Awesome. We've got one from Amy Burke. She was curious about how the payment is processed.
Yeah. So, man, probably the most important thing is what does this cost? This is absolutely free for you guys. We are aligned with your success. So we know that if you sell out, make more money, sell more tickets, we win. So everything you see here, I won't tell you how much all this cost. It's a huge investment for us to partner with your growth. And hopefully that's what you guys, when you think of us, is a real team that is waking up every day thinking about how do we help you guys sell more tickets, bring more people in, and do it better than ever before without spending a fortune. The platform here is entirely free. Now, I got to put a little asterisk and disclaimer on there. Maybe we change that in the future. Who knows? But right now, it is entirely free for you. And then the payment on file with Facebook, that's what we use. So as you build an ad, you need to assign a credit card in here inside Facebook, and then it'll pull from that card on file. So you can see in here that I have Visa card on file. And so all of your ad spend will pull from that card on file. So free from us, you just pay whatever Facebook charges to flight those ads. And then we are banking on that this is a amazing sales engine for you and we win with you as you succeed.
Awesome. Another question from George. Does this resize the creatives we add in from reels, stories, etc.?
It does, and it creates all the different variations. It's hard to show in here, but yes, we will take an image because there's like slight small variations, and so the creative it'll automatically do that for you. Now for videos, did I have my video one back there? Let's try maybe this one. In certain situations, it will resize the video. So you might not like how it crops. Like I just picked one that was this kind of landscape one. So it would retain this one on video. I have seen sometimes because what we're doing is we're saying Facebook, you're going to be in Meta. So when I say Facebook, I mean both Facebook, Instagram, and Meta as a whole. They will take the creatives and they'll try to present it in the most performative ways and modes. So they do a lot of the stuff themselves on it. But yes, there's a whole bunch of small variations based on screen sizes and viewports and things. So the creative gets automatically resized around that. We give you that kind of base to kind of guide yourself from on that. And that will help you kind of not have to upload 10 different variations. So you want to think about like maybe a safe zone, if you will, like don't have it be text going to the edge. There are and it's hard to show, but there are situations that if you had an ad that had way too much text, right? Like you had my 11-year-old son design your advertisement, he probably would add way too many colors, way too much text. And Facebook, in certain occasions, will disallow an ad because it's too much text on the image itself. So, and we will show if there's an error with an ad as well. So there is slight potential that Facebook might reject an ad based on the creative, and we will show that here. And you always can jump in here to your ads manager account inside Facebook and look more about it. So if I click this, this is going to jump in and show me my ads account here. And so here you'll see all the different ads and ad campaigns. So again, this is confusing. This is like horrible. So, but if you were to need to go into Facebook for more specific thing, you can go inside there. But short answer is we do most of that. Facebook will do some of it, but a lot of those complexities are handled for you.
Awesome. A question from Leah. Are there advantages to using this instead of our business manager in Facebook that we already have set up and have been running ads in our Facebook and Instagram accounts for using for the past 15 years?
Yeah, our position is do whatever's best for you. So I would say if you are really comfortable with that, it's working well, do that. We are providing a kind of more on-ramp and easier way to do it for you. I will say the one thing that is really complicated in Ads Manager and the Facebook Business Manager is those lookalike audiences and targeting past attendees. So the things that the agencies really, really love are these two things based on past attendees. So met with an agency yesterday and they just were like thrilled with all this. And they're going to use Ad Manager inside Facebook for their other campaigns, but to quickly target and build an audience for past attendees, they love this. And same thing with a lookalike based on past attendees. So when I go through here and build this audience, and it's a great question for those who are using maybe Facebook's tool there, and I say Eric's super awesome audience. Holy cow, if I could spell. Come on, Eric. There you go. And I save this. This audience now will be an audience found inside of your Facebook account too. So we have a two-way sync with them on that so that when you create these and do the criteria, it shows up there. So, if you prefer the Facebook side, great. And you could use this just for these two, but then you can manage all the deadlines, details, and budgets on the Facebook side if you want. So our approach is to make it as flexible and usable for you as you want. And again, if the other way is working great for you, awesome.
Great. We've got a few more questions coming through. Two more from George. He's also asking, do we have to run the ads separate for Facebook and Instagram, or is there an option to run one campaign for both?
We talked about that quite a bit. Because the Facebook ones, like how the text layouts are pretty different. So this is Facebook. You've got a top text here and a subdescription down here. And then if I go back and look at Instagram, in here, there's no text on the top and a really small thing. So Instagram has like one text input. Facebook has like 3 or 4. It was a very difficult way. And we spent some time on this, like, hey, can we give this like one approach and do it? But as we talked to different customers and looked at the user experience, it actually got really complicated for that. And some people like, I really want to have a different budget for Instagram than Facebook, and they want to test which one's going to be more sensitive. And so every single time we came through it, we felt that the more fine-tuned control for people to do both the creative message, the budgeting, the timing, the audiences, we want to separate them out. So it is a little extra work to do it for both, but the better answer, in our opinion, after reviewing all of it, is that you have the fine control to really be more specific in each of those platforms because they are quite a bit different and the creatives are going to be different. And some of the options are going to be different there. So that's why we decided to have them be 2 different ones. Maybe we revisit in the future, but for us to give you the maximum control, which is always our bias, is to give you the maximum ability to fine tune and customize and say, I want to spend $200 on this one test for Facebook and $500 as a test on Instagram and change the details and the audiences and be more specific. We thought that was the better route.
Awesome. Another one from George. He said some venues require us to use their ticket sites. Is there a way to import that data and use them for lookalike audiences?
If you are building a lookalike audience from a custom CSV, the one area which I'd recommend for that, it does not exist today. I'll tell you where we would probably want to go with that is in contacts up here in our little CRM, which by the way, if you guys have not seen this, things that should blow your mind is repeat customers, find all the people who've purchased 3 times and have spent more than $500. Here's all those customers. I can select all of them, and I can tag all of them as super VIP. Um, this is a great feature in our CM. So I wanted to tease this real quick for the reason of that our CRM here is really advancing fast and allowing people to kind of isolate and segment their audiences more. What I'd recommend for that in the future, and it's not there today, is I'd import them into our CRM here. Get all those people in here, and you can download the sample import template here, and then import the CSV, and then you can assign them a tag here. So, or assign them a tag here, and you can call it imported. So you'd bring them in the CSV, or bring them into the CRM with the CSV, tag them, and then in the future, when it comes to targeting people here, is we'll do past attendees or we do past contacts and choosing the contacts there by tag. So you could do all contacts or certain contacts. That would be our future iteration to that. I'll probably be honest, it's probably a little while before we get to that because we want to get to the TikTok platform and so the other ones, but that's ultimately how we would do that. The other side is Facebook does allow you to import the CSV manually. It's complicated. It's a little bit confusing, but they do offer that if you want to do that through Facebook directly.
Awesome. One more question for past attendees. How is this more effective than a drip email?
I would say for past attendees, the drip campaign is the best tool we know that exists to drive them back. And it's in that first person approach, and it's that first person, hey, friend, it's so great to, see you. We're right now in the middle of our preparations and want to let you know that we're inviting you back. And as a past guest, we'd love to see you. Here is the first access to the premium dates and times and a discount for an awesome customer. That, as of today, January 28th is the closest to a money printing machine that I know exists for past attendees. That will still be 1 through 5 in my recommended approach. Targeting them through ads, again, psychologically says that people typically in consumer brand marketing is they need to see something 10 or 12 times before they strongly consider a purchase decision. I would say first go all in on the drip campaigns, do that really well, and then retarget them through the ads. And again, it's the reminder. It's like, oh, hey, because I might have seen an email, but my inbox is a wasteland, and maybe I saw a really cool thing that I want to talk to my wife about, and life's busy, right? So the ads are going to reinforce that. So think of these things as kind of in tandem. I definitely, for past attendees, think the drip campaign is the best thing for the sales, but the retargeting, it's going to bolster that. It's going to give them that remembrance, and it's going to give them the ability to kind of bring the conversation up, maybe act then if maybe they saw the email and it's great, but now they're scrolling on Instagram, they see the ad right there, book now, maybe that moves them to action, who knows? So I would definitely recommend both, but my strongest preference for past attendees will likely be the drip campaigns first and the retargeting second.
Awesome. I am not seeing any other questions. You've addressed them all.
Awesome. Well, you guys, I don't need to spend any more time here in your busy day. So with that, we can conclude this. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching the demo here. Let us show this to you. So next steps, if you're here and you're like, I would love some hand holding with this and launch my first campaign, we would love to help you. So either I can help you directly or somebody else from our team can do it for you. And again, there's no charge at all from our end. And so we would highly recommend exploring this. Throw a couple $100, $500 at a couple tests, see what happens. Again, if you're not doing this, you might discover a whole new channel to unlock brand new audiences. And so our team is here to help put some training wheels on. If this is intimidating or a first time for you, we love to help work with you to get this deployed for you and you're using it. So it's the best we can help. Again, I personally, selfishly would love to work with you guys directly on it because this is kind of a little baby of mine, but anybody from our team, you can coordinate with them. We can figure out how to get you support in doing that. So I think probably the hardest part of it is if you don't have that meta pixel is just getting that little ID from the events manager and getting that set up. But again, all things our team can help. And if you want help, if you want Eric to design you a really cool AI video, I'm here to help you do that too. So you guys are our best and top favorite customers. And so we will go to no, we won't stop at any links to help you guys and that stuff. So the best we can help, this be the best year ever. We're here for it.
Can you just clarify exactly how they can get this scheduled? Probably the best way would be just to respond to the email that you were invited from, would be my guess.
Yeah, I think I'd first go through your account manager if you want, and you can copy me if you want on the email communication. And all that email looks like is, hey, I attended the AI ad manager demo today. I'd really like to try it. So contact your account manager right in, and then you can just copy me, Eric at TicketSpice.com. I answer all my own emails. I'm not that impressive. So I'll see that, and then I'll work with the account manager on there to coordinate a time that we can work with you. So go through them first. And then be sure to copy me, and then we'll find a time. And if we can learn more about what kind of your timing, goals, experiences are, we can do something really awesome to launch you.
Awesome.
All right.
Great.
Well, hey guys, we so appreciate you. Thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you for being our customers. And hopefully you are impressed by what you saw today. And hope to be talking with you guys soon.
Awesome.
So thank you guys.